So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the little cards you get for like video games that are like you get X amount of money for your Fortnite or whatever. I've never worked at a joint that lets you return those. So two kids come up, they're like, "Hey, we want to get like $50 of this." I'm like, "That's fine. Definitely sure this is what you want because we don't do returns on it." They're like, "Nope, we understand. We know what skins we're gonna buy." I'm like, "All right, cool, no big deal." They know what's going on. Most kids are smart enough. Completely normal transaction. They go off on their way. And then, like, this big shadow blocks out the sky. This giant, bald man is like staring down at me. I'm like, "Hi, mate. How you doing?" He's like, "Mate, you got something in your eye." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I think you've got something in your eye." I'm like, "Oh, I've got something in my eye." So, being the real intelligent guy I am, I just start rubbing my eye. No, 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 no. You've got something in your eye. And so I switch to the other eye and I start rubbing my my other eye. And I'm just doing that for like 10 seconds. And I look up and I'm like, "Oh, did I get it?" He's like, "No, you've got something in your eye. Let me help you with that." I'm like, "Oh, no worries, I can get that." And so I just start rubbing both my eyes. And I can tell he's sick of my being the stupidest person alive. Just being so stupid that it's physically painful to be around you. Anyway, that's my entire personality. And after about 20 seconds of me rubbing my eyes, I look at this guy, I'm like, "Did I get it?" Just shakes his head and walks off. And then the next customer behind him, there'd been a little bit of a line that built up at this point, comes up, he like leans on my counter, he stares me in the eye, he's like, "I don't see it." I'm like, What are you talking about?" He's like, "There's nothing in your eyes at all." And I'm like, "Oh, mate." No, he's threatening to punch my face in. He's like, "Oh, oh." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't even realize you handled that really well."